Yo, what's up guys? It's Pygoz here, the Crypto Pie, and today's Friday, so we have another Crypto Market Roundup where I go over Bitcoin and all the other coins in my watch list, right? Let's get started. We got Bitcoin here. I still expect Bitcoin to go to around 6650 or so, before I think we will get our final smack down. Maybe we'll go even higher, and I mean, we could technically still touch this white line here, guys, at 67.90, but that's it for Bitcoin. All right, let's go over to the next one. We have Ethereum here as well. Ethereum is trying to get above the cloud on the tether pair, but you see Ethereum is a lot weaker than Bitcoin, so I don't expect too much from it. Okay, ADA. Okay, so ADA, we're on the 4-hour here, guys. Let me go on the 6-hour, right? So ADA on the 6-hour, we're inside the Ichimoku cloud. We need to get above it. It's very thin. Just everything's very thin. I wouldn't play this at the moment at all. ADX is trending upwards. That's nice to see, but we do absolutely need to break out here. We're under the cloud, so yeah, it needs to get above the cloud for sure, even though the cloud is very, very, very thin. Alright, then we have Ion. It's under the cloud. We don't even look at. Ambroses is currently above the cloud, above the EMAs, but it's barely above it. But what is interesting here is that all EMAs come together, which might push it up further, right? Because that's the trend right now is going up on this one, so maybe it will push it further, and can expect some more gains. I mean, it hit the 38 too. Technically, I'd like it more if it hits somewhere around 618, but this is very bullish behavior from Ambroses, so it's looking good. AppCoin is trending upwards, but above the cloud, but currently in between the 21 and 55 EMA. Then we have Batcoin trying to get above the cloud here, making a nice ascending triangle. If it gets above, probably will pop. Let's see the fib here. We retrace to a nice 0.5, even in between the 0.5 to 618. So I like that a lot more healthy, right? And we have Bitcoin Cash. Let's see what this retraced to. Around 0.5 as well. That's a lot more healthy, but it's under the cloud. I think we'll probably consolidate until like this point around here, and then go Bitcoin Cash USD. We don't care. Blue Zell is currently in the cloud. It needs to get above it. Then we have Binance. Actually, you know, it popped up. It's above the cloud now, above the EMA, so it needs to get out of this range though. It's in this big range here, guys, right? You will see the range. Oh, that's the wrong tool, sorry about that. Basically this is your range, right? It needs to break above that. So yeah, that's what Binance needs to do. And we BQX is currently inside the cloud. It's trying, but it's definitely having a little bit of a hard time, right? Bitcoin futures, Bitcoin longs. Okay, so the longs are down, so the longs can definitely climb up. Bitcoin shorts are, you know, a little bit up, but can definitely go higher as well. So BitShares is currently in the cloud. It's nearly under it though. I wouldn't touch this. CMT is well above the cloud, looking good, but I already kind of count some kind of 5 waves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So not one I would touch. Dash did its 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it needs to cool down. Let's see where it is on the cooling down process. It's you know, the 0.5 is hit here, but I think we'll actually visit it as actual candles, maybe even a 618, right? Dent is not one I would play. It's a shit coin, guys, just like Bitcoin Cash is, but this one is a shit coin not because of its fundamentals, but because of Satoshi value, right? So it's currently under the cloud. If I would play this on the Ethereum chart, Doc is actually broke out of this range, guys, that we put here, so that's good to see, right? It's above it for now. Getting rid of that range. ELF is inside the cloud. I think it needs to get above it. EOS is currently above it, so it's interesting, but not one of the stronger ones here, right? Also trying to, well, more of a symmetrical triangle, to be honest. But yeah. So we see some ascending triangles, guys. Here we have Ethereum Classic is currently under the cloud. Ethereum Bitcoin is inside, is very thin. But Ethereum is a weak one, guys. So I don't know if it will pop or dump, right? My gut is telling that it will dump once more before we go up. Maybe in the weekend will pump though. Ethereum USD. Then we have Gifto is currently inside the cloud, nearly under the cloud. Not one I would want to play. GVT is still going, guys, but I think it's about done, because you can, when you see this kind of thing, you need to worry, right? Because that's 5 waves, and it's very easy to count. Anyone can see this, right? So it's not one I would want to play. GRS, Grustal coin is just doing absolutely nothing, right? Under the cloud. Hot, another one, another shit coin, because Satoshi value, like, you get just stuck at your Satoshi. So if you want to play this, play it on Ethereum chart. Icon is currently inside the cloud, nearly under the cloud. This candle is not looking too good, more like a shooting star kind of thing here, right? Upside down hammer. So yeah, watch out with that. IOTA is currently under the cloud. It needs to get above it. IOTX is above the cloud, looking a lot better. So this one, another ascending triangle. A lot of ascending triangles, guys, on the alts. Self key, it needs to do this, guys, but it just doesn't, right? It just goes consolidating. So yeah, I can obviously get rid of this for now, and we'll leave this on for targets, right? KNC is currently just going sideways. It needs to actually, with key, I'll remove it. It's fine. Yeah. So with KNC is just going sideways, guys. It needs to get inside the cloud before it can do anything. Link, Chainlink just popped. Literally just popped. It's currently above the cloud. Needs to hold here. If it cannot hold, it's not interesting at all. Loom is above the cloud as well, but yeah, it's looking pretty decent for Loom here. So maybe you have a 1, 2, you got your 3, your 4 is gonna be in, and you have one more 5, probably up to about 1900. Lisk is under the cloud. It needs to get above it. Litecoin is currently inside the cloud. It kind of wants to just fall. I mean, it has done its thing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you 5. It is very easy to see, right? Anyone can see this. Litecoin, and that's why you don't need to be so specific, guys, about, like, the alleyways. But also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Mana is currently, it did its 1, it did its 2. It's currently busy with its 3. Where can its 3 go, right? Let's just throw a little fib extension on here. There you go. 1 to 1 is 1537. 1.618 is all the way up at 1824. MFT is currently, I mean, it's above the cloud, but the cloud's so thin I wouldn't want to play this. MTH, Monetha, is currently under the cloud. It needs to get above it before it's interesting to me. MTL is also same case. Nano is under the cloud as well. Navcoin's under the cloud as well. Ncash is under the cloud. Neblio is actually above it. It needs to hold here. I want to see it hold before I would play it. Neo is currently under the cloud. Definitely needs to get above it. Neo USD is under it. OMG is under it. Ontology is under the cloud. Pivax is above it. Needs to hold here though, on the 55 and the 100 to get above this little. They're also thin, these clouds. I don't like playing thin clouds, right? There's better ones out there. PoE is currently inside the cloud but nearly under it again, so not one I want to play. Power is under the cloud. QSP is above it. It needs to bounce here. Probably find some support here at 550 or so, before we can actually go further up on QuantStamp. This is making a decently cloud here on the future. So Qtum is under the cloud, not one I will play. RLC is above the cloud, but you know, could dump under it so easy. There's definitely better ones. Salt, look at this pump, guys. That's a nice pump. That's a crazy pump. Whoever was in that, good job. Definitely not predictable, but hey, it happened, and whoever's in it made some money. So there you go, guys. Big pump on salt. It's above the cloud, but when you get these pumps, your clouds are very thin, so it's not one easy to sustain. Probably will go all the way back down to 754. Don't buy it when things are up here, okay? After a pump. Storm. Storm is above the cloud. It wants to make some ascending triangle here as well, but very thin cloud, so watch out with that. Stratus is under the cloud. Will probably fall further back down to the 2000s, right? Substratum is about to get out of the cloud. Then it will make a very thin, good cloud, right? A positive one, a green one. So yeah, it's looking decent on this one, but the histogram's ticking down. Tron is above the cloud, is also making some kind of ascending triangle here. 5 is 1, 2, you can't really count here. Inside the cloud, probably gonna fall out of it and retrace these back, right? The gap theory, guys. We have a gap here, we have a gap here, right? It needs to fill these, okay? So it's that simple. V chain is under the cloud, but it still has a big gap here as well. So can it get above it? Maybe if it can get above it, then it's interesting. But for now, it's under the cloud, so I expect it to retrace. Wabi needs to get above the cloud before it's interesting to me. It's nearly above it though, but very thin cloud. There's better ones to play. It's making some, not really ascending. One chain needs to get above the cloud before it's interesting to me. It's nearly here. It's trying to break out of there at the moment. So we have some kind of symmetrical triangle going on. Waves is currently under the cloud, inside the EMAs. So it still has some work to do, right, before it's actually gonna climb. Then we have Walton chain is under the cloud, under the EMAs, making some kind of upside down hammer. I don't know what it will be, but still 3 hours. But it's definitely not looking too good for Walton. Bitcoin USD. Then we have Stellar Lumens. Stellar Lumens is currently under the cloud, in between that 100 and the 55 EMA. It needs to get above the cloud before we can see some action here, but you can already count here. You know, it's not one I want to play, right? Oh, there you go. You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You don't even need to do like your counts that proper, guys. So you can kind of count your 5 waves. So what you expect then is basically retrace, right, from the bottom to the top, and you want to see like a 0.5, maybe even 6 on 8, right? So that is what you want to see on Stellar before you want to go in. Monero is currently also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy to count, done. Then it had a very nice retrace here. Yeah, 6 on 8. Look at that prime zone. People filled up, boom. And now they're looking for that third wave. Is making a nice ascending triangle here. Looking good. Ripple, not looking so good at all. Look at this, guys. So this is your first top right up here. This is your second top. Higher price, way lower RSI. Excellent short, whoever shorted it there. And boom. Alright, you're in the money. I think this will retrace further and throw back at least to this point at 7,000. Maybe even go back to like 5,000 down there. So that is Ripple for you. Verge is above the cloud. It wants to make some ascending triangles as well, but it's one of the weaker ones. You can see that. Zach is currently above the cloud. Also wants to make some kind of ascending triangle, but it needs to still, you know, finish it off. So Zilliqa is doing absolutely nothing, just inside the cloud, very neutral. Probably gonna either drop, probably gonna drop below it when I look at the histogram. 0x is currently under the cloud. It's not looking too good for 0x, even though it's making ascending triangle as well. Then we're back at Bitcoin. Alright, guys, so that is it for the crypto market roundup, alright, this week. it's just a lot of ascending triangles, but not a lot of action except for some pumps like the salt one, right? And that is pretty much what we have at the moment. Guys, I also have a Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Pygoz. You can look at the tiers and just, you know, see which one fits you, right? So the link for that is in the description below and also right there in the video. So, yeah, that's that, guys. Also, join up with the CryptoPies blog where you can ask me any questions, you can ask other people questions. And it's just a great chat box to be in, right? Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what is going on here, guys. Wow. There's a lot of chat. Oh, about investing and trading and about shorting. Well, you know, here's the thing, guys, with shorting, alright? There's nothing wrong with shorting. Shorting, you can make money, alright? Morally speaking, you know, some people think it's a little bit wrong, but it's the same thing, guys. You're making money in the market, alright? Whether the market goes up or goes down. If you see a good shorting opportunity, why not take it, right? Make some money when the market's going down. So, sure, maybe it's not good for the investors, but you're not an investor if you're here probably on my channel, right? Most likely you're a trader, even though I do invest as well, but it's mostly trading that I do. So, yeah, if you want to make some money on the short side, go ahead, right? That's how I think about it, right? There's money to be made on both sides. Guys, also join up with the CryptoPies feed where I post all my videos, post about upcoming ICOs. When I find a new ICO, I'll tell you guys to whitelist for it so you are ready for the sale. And also, what I do look for in an ICO is a strong team or low token metrics, and also so a low market cap, right? So it's easy to flip, so we can make some money. And of course, we look for infrastructure projects such as blockchains and protocols. Also, guys, follow me on Twitter, which is twitter.com/Pygoz, and follow me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Pygoz. Both telegrams will be in the description below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit that post notification button, and if you've got any questions at all, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.